Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Brandon with the Shard Sports Report coming back at you with another episode. This time, we are locking into the actual 14 through 10 spots on the AP board, which includes BYU, Alabama, Texas Tech, LSU, and Oklahoma. This group right here is the exact group of fringe contenders where one bad road loss drops you out of the 12-team playoff bracket entirely. So let's break down their schedules, quarterback floors, and record predictions. So grab your coffee this morning. Let's dive right into it because we have football tonight. Granted, it's not Division I. We do have some FCS teams playing tonight. Youngstown State, I believe, is one. North Dakota's another one. And I believe UT Martin starting off college football tonight for us. But it's going to be a great weekend of football. So let's dive right into this. Starting at number 14, Kalani Sitake and the BYU Cougars. BYU earned this top 15 preseason mark by building one of the most physically punishing offensive lines in the Big 12. They control the game through high percentage intermediate passing, power zone running, and a defensive front four that rarely allows explosive plays down the middle. And in a Big 12 league that favors veteran trench play, BYU's weekly floor is completely solid. I have them finishing 9-3 this year. And some of my games to watch, besides Notre Dame, I think that's actually going to be a really good game that people are not talking about, is going to be their mid-October versus Arizona. You know, a classic style clash between these two teams. BYU's defense must limit perimeter speed to keep Arizona scoring under 28 points with Noah Fafita over there, still at quarterback for Arizona. This, I think, is going to be a very intriguing game to watch. The second game is going to be the Holy War, November. They go to Utah. This is the rivalry game of all rivalry games. Going into Salt Lake City late in the year with playoff positioning on the line is as tough as it gets for the Cougars. So I think BYU does have a shot to get to the college football playoff, but I just think their schedule and their game with Notre Dame is going to prevent them. I think they lose to Utah. I think they lose to Notre Dame. Heck, I could even see them losing to Arizona. But I still have them finishing 9-3, still a solid year. They might even stay right there all year. They might stay between, this 14, 15, 16, 17 range all year long. I like what Sitake's doing over there with the BYU guys. It's always a great group. He's a great coach. Looking forward to seeing how this BYU team holds up this year. Now, moving on to number 13, the Crimson Tide. Kalen DeBoer, is he on the hot seat? If you ask me, I think he is. But Alabama sitting down at number 13 shows you just how tight the SEC hierarchy is this season. Kalen DeBoer has high-level talent across the board, and they just announced their starting quarterback for this year. It's going to be Keelan Russell. I'm anxious to see how Russell does. I mean, the SEC is always fun to watch, but this is another SEC team that is starting a freshman, even though Keelan is a redshirt freshman. Tennessee's the other one. I believe. I can't remember his name. Was it Brandon Faison or something? I don't know. But Tennessee and Alabama starting true freshman, and another one is a redshirt freshman. But like I said, Kalen DeBoer has high-level talent across the board with this team. But they face a brutal SEC schedule where week-to-week consistency is absolutely tested. So if Bama's pass protection can protect Keelan Russell and also hold up in obvious passing situations, they can beat anyone on their schedule. But if their secondary suffers communication lapses on the road, they will drop tight fourth quarter games. I have them finishing 9-3 this year, and some of my games on their schedule to watch is early October at Rocky Top, Neyland Stadium under the lights. Managing Neyland's crowd noise and handling Josh Heupel's tempo will test Bama's secondary that entire game. Next one is going to be mid-November at LSU, Death Valley in November. Is there anything else I need to say? Probably not, but I'm going to. This is a classic SEC elimination game with direct 12-team playoff implications. The SEC, once again, if you're an SEC team, your week-to-week during conference play of the season is going to be brutal. And Alabama has one of the most brutal SEC schedules this year. But like I said, I have them finishing 9-3. Not bad. I think they missed the playoff. Now going to the Big 12, coming in at number 12 is Joey McGuire and the Texas Tech Raiders. Speaking of Texas Tech, they got some news today. Thomas Castellanos, who was Florida State's quarterback last year, was granted a 5th year. He just signed with the Red Raiders, so they have another quarterback on that depth chart that could help out. We'll see how that goes. But, I highlighted Tech as our premier Big 12 playoff dark horse, and AP voters agree by slotting them right outside the top 10. The Red Raiders return defensive line depth and a veteran secondary that forces opportunistic turnovers. And if Tech's offense stays ahead of the sticks and controls time of possession, they are built to march right into the Big 12 championship game in Arlington. Games to watch for them this year, I have our late October versus Houston, which is always a high-stakes matchup against Willie Fritz's squad. Man, say that 4 times fast. This is always a great game, too. They've had some crazy games recently. Next one is going to be November at TCU, which is a dangerous late-season road trap where Texas Tech cannot afford to let down. This is one of those trap games that I could see Texas Tech having. Maybe they come off a 3-game streak and they're looking good, they're feeling good, then all of a sudden, boom, you go to TCU, you just look out of place, out of sorts of everything. You lose that one in a heartbreaker, game-winning field goal. I could definitely see that happening, but I have them finishing 10-2, and I actually do have them making the playoff this year. So be interesting to see how that quarterback situation handles out after Castellanos just signed with the Red Raiders today. Now at number 11, this school and this coach alone the last couple of days have been all over the news, and this is none other than Lane Kiffin and his LSU Tigers. The Lane Kiffin era in Baton Rouge opens up with a massive national spotlight. Kiffin brought over 60 new portal additions into the building, giving LSU astronomical offensive upside. When Kiffin's scheme clicks, LSU will, I can say the word can, but LSU will absolutely put up 40 points in 30 minutes. But integrating that much new personnel means early season execution hiccups are absolutely inevitable, particularly on defense. I think this first game of the season for them against Clemson is going to show just how difficult it is to bring that big of a majority of new faces into a program in just a year to try to get everyone on the same page on the offensive side and defensive side. So I have them finishing 9-3 this year. And just like I said, games to watch. Week 1 against Clemson, the marquee non-conference opener. A big win here immediately validates LSU's portal strategy. And then, this one is absolutely insane. The game against Ole Miss, the ultimate narrative game. Kiffin taking on his former program with playoff stakes attached. I'm going to be glued to this game. LSU Ole Miss. It's just going to be fantastic. But I have them finishing 9-3, which I believe kicks them out of the SEC title game along with a shot at the playoff. I think they finished the year at 16 or 17. I just agree with this early season hiccups with so many new faces. 60 new faces to try and incorporate a new scheme, a new rhythm with all these guys is going to take a couple weeks. And their first couple weeks are not cakewalks. Week 1, Clemson, absolutely going to show what LSU is capable of. Then rounding out this morning's group at number 10 is Brent Venables and the Oklahoma Sooners. Venables has quietly turned Oklahoma into a defensive powerhouse in the SEC. Their front 7 plays downhill with relentless speed and physical discipline. And if Oklahoma gets efficient quarterback distribution from John Mateer and limits pre-snap penalties on the road, their defense is strong enough to carry them to a 10-win season and a home playoff game. Which I'm telling you right now, I have them predicted at 10-2. I believe they do make the playoff. I can see them coming in at a 6 or a 7 seed right now. Yes, there's a chance they could get a home game, but I just think there are some other teams ahead of them that will get those home field advantage spots. But some of my games to watch for Brent Venables and his Sooner squad is mid-October versus Texas, the Red River rivalry, the definitive game of Oklahoma's schedule and Texas's schedule. The winner takes complete control of the SEC title race. It's always a game to watch. The last couple of years have been kind of comeback from behind victories. This game is one of my favorites to watch throughout the entire year. I always look forward to this. Texas State Fair is going on. Then you have this wonderful rivalry game happening. Next game to watch is going to be November at Missouri, a physical SEC road test late in the year against a presumable ranked Tigers team at this time. But like I said, Oklahoma 10-2. I think John Mateer being healthy is a huge factor for them. I could honestly see them running the table. I know a lot of people are not talking about it. I think Oklahoma is one of the most, if not the top dark horse right now. I mean, pretty much within the top 10 to make a run at the title this year just because of John Mateer's play last year before he got hurt. But that is my breakdown and schedule predictions for the AP 14 through 10. I want to hear from you guys down in the comments. Which of these 5 teams is most likely to crash the top 4, and who gets exposed first? Are you riding with Lane Kiffin's offense at LSU or Brent Venables' defense at Oklahoma? Drop your takes below. Would love to hear this, especially about week 1, LSU at Clemson. Or I think it's Clemson at LSU. Either way, they're both Death Valley places, which is pretty funny. But remember to always hit that like button for me. You don't have to. It doesn't cost you anything. It's a free click. It just helps us out. I appreciate it either way. Subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. And make sure to check out our socials for any type of feed, videos, breakdowns while college football starts, because we will be hitting heavy with some videos and just some recaps of some games that I would find intriguing. So schedule may change a little bit. Right now we're still sticking to the Monday and Thursday after games of week 0. I'm probably going to be putting out some videos on Sunday for you guys, but appreciate you starting your Thursday drive with me. Stay locked to the tape. Stay disciplined, and I will catch you guys on the next one when we break down teams 9 through 5, and that includes Ole Miss, A&M, Miami, Indiana, and Texas. I appreciate you guys. You guys have a great week 0 weekend. Relax, put something on the grill on Saturday, because, guys, college football is officially back. I appreciate it, and I'll talk to you guys on the next one.